construction phase ever at Intel. We've taken copy exactly to the next level, wherein Fab 42 is an exact duplicate of D1X, which is currently under construction in Oregon. This construction innovation has significantly shortened the project time schedule. Building these massive structures is big business. To build and equip a fab like this costs more than $5 billion.
Fab so large, what we create is so small? Well, it's to accommodate the hundreds of tools that are used to produce the massive volume that comes out of all of these factories. The largest land-based crane in the world was brought in to build Fab 42. It was needed to lift the huge trusses that support the fab roof. It's capable of lifting 4,000 tons. That's the equivalent of a single payload of 26 blue whales. The boom has a reach of 750 feet, and the back counterbalance has 3,600 metric tons of sand. It took 256 truckloads to bring it here and 9 weeks to build. Fab 42 in Arizona, D1X in Oregon, are vital additions to Intel's fab network. These fabs will deliver industry-leading microprocessors, with astounding performance gains, and a dramatic drop in power consumption. And it all starts right here.
Yeah, $5 billion. That's a huge investment. And you do that's times 2. They're building 2 fabs at the same time, both here in the United States.
Are they larger than any foreign?
I'm sorry?
Are they larger than any foreign?
They'll be the largest fabs in the world. Period. No one else has a fab that is in production today to launch this. To launch. No one has a fab ready to go. There are plans for other companies to do fabs probably on a similar scale, but they're not in construction phase today. I want to say it was, I don't know, 6,000, something like that. It was, I want to say there was a number that.
Can you talk to us back here?
Sure, I'm sorry. The question was how many employees is it in the construction phase? I believe it's somewhere around 6,000, but that is honestly a guess. I want to say that was something I read in the paper, to be honest. So, don't quote me on it. I don't want to read it on, any internet pages tomorrow. So now I'm going to do what my new day job is, which is talk about our EPSD, Enterprise Platform and Server Division. So these are the guys that work up in Portland, Oregon, that come up with all these really cool products. And in our last generation of product, I'll be honest with you, we had cut back the amount of products we delivered. That turned out to be not a great idea. We lost a good portion of market share to some of our competitors out there in the bare bones industry. And they made a huge commitment to the company. Intel made a huge commitment to the division. And we really invested heavily in this product group. And you're going to be, the amount of stuff that's available today is really mind-boggling. And I've been doing this job for 30 days, so be a little kind to me because I'm learning. I know the general high level about the products, but I'm not, a super technical dive here. Though that you need to get Jeff Carlos and Barry Heller and these other guys out here for that. But I'm going to go over them and just give you a little bit of the high level of what's there, just so you can be aware, because we're really out in this market today with a huge product breadth. It's really awesome to participating in. So, another legal disclaimer, because we just love them. Quick review of, I'm going to go through this information. If you have questions, just raise your hand. Let me know. It'd be great to get them out. And if not, if you have questions you'd like to ask me later, I'll be over at the product showcase. So feel free to just stop by and ask me questions then. Although I am kind of catching flights, I'm probably going to be done about 7:30. So if you have server questions, you have to ask before then. After that, we've got plenty of folks who are experts on mobile. So here, as I was telling you, new website, you really can't read it on the bottom. Another slide at the end will have it. It's intelserveredge.com. So you go in there, I know going to intel.com is sometimes painful. Its search features aren't the greatest, even though it's supposed to be powered by Google on the back end. But if you go to this website, everything's there. Make it a little easier. But I recommend go in and make a bookmark to it. So, talking about the servers. I'm sorry? Maybe they need better servers. The servers are fine. It's the tools that are the software anyway. So, some of the things that EPSD stands for quality. So the products that we put out, the quality on them is usually top-notch. We stand behind them. How many people know what the warranty is on a standard server? Any box product, including EPSD servers. Does somebody know that? 3 years. What's for server products? What's the replacement? What's the guarantee? Cross ship, next day. And we pay shipping both ways. So I know our competitors do not. So that is, if you start adding up all the little things that you as a business owner are spending money on, these things start to add up. Especially some of these things are heavy. So we're paying shipping both ways, which is a really nice benefit. Ingenuity, you're going to see the product lineup. If you haven't seen it already, it's huge. It borderlines being on too much. But too much of it, I'd rather have too much on my plate than not enough. So it's like going to the shoulder. And commitment, right? So we're committing to you on these products that we're going to come out with them, we're going to support them, warranty them, and make your lives wholly a heck of a lot easier. All right, so here's kind of a big picture of everything. So we've got a whole bunch of boards. We've single socket boards, dual socket boards. We're going to have a quad socket board for that E54600 product that I mentioned. And I'm going to go into those a little bit. Chassis options. We have chassis options through the roof. So, we were really limited in our previous generation chassis options, but now we really have a huge chassis lineup with all the hard drive configurations that anybody would ever want. Intel modular server, that's product still out there. We have a Bromley board coming out for that will plug in. That will be roughly in the November time frame. It's called the Kings Island S2400KI will be its part number. So if you have an IMS chassis V2 version of it, you can take this module, plug it in, and upgrade or add to your network, or same thing for your customers, as long as it's the V2 version. They can plug right into it. Bromley works. It will work with the same infrastructure with the other Tylersburg products that are maybe already in it. And that's always been one of the benefits of that. It's just plugging into a passive bit plane. So that chassis is designed to support multiple generations of the server product technology. RAID, so we have both PCI, we have software RAID. We've got modules that plug into, that fit into that side of the chassis, so you don't use a PCIe slot. And we have PCIe cards, so that are developed with our partner LSI. Software, so we have some software stacks that I'm going to go into a little bit later. On-site service and repair. Is anybody aware of that? That's a relatively new service that EPSD has come up with. If people are aware, so if you're selling products that are outside your service range, you can sell an on-site service contract. The person shows up, he acts like an Intel employee. He goes on site, he knows the products. Well, he represents himself. So the first call, just so you know, the customer has a system now, first call still goes to you. You see if it's something that you're able to work through. And if you're not, you call Intel Tech Support. If it's something we're able to work you through. And if that doesn't work, you need somebody to physically go on site, then we will send somebody, if the service is sold with that server, then somebody shows up on site. And they act like they're from the Intel server network. So that is, and we just did a cost reduction in that. We've got some customers that just started selling it. They've been very happy with it. So it helps make you competitive with the tier 1 guys as well. And increase your server network. You're able to sell outside of where you can drive to, where make your life a little better. And then Also, extended warranty. So you may have customers that are like, hey, I love this service so much, I want to keep it for 20 years. But so today you get a 3-year warranty, comes free with the system. You want to extend that to 5 years because the customer may be building a networking security appliance that goes into the rack and they never pull it out unless it breaks down. And typically they know that their product family, when they're plugged into the rack, they're usually around 5 to 7 years sometimes. At least that's some of my customer feedback that I've been getting. They very rarely swap them out for 3 years. So if the customer wants year 4 and year 5 warranty, you can extend that, and actually then you still have cross-ship. It works the same as it did free for the first 3 years. So it's just an additional thing that you could sell through. Increase your ASP, give you a little bit more margin, and make you also a little more profitable. And then lastly, the Easter program. Have people heard of the Easter program? Basically, it's some cooking recipes with software vendors, with our hardware, to make sure that when you're, hey, I need to build a VMware, whatever box, you know that if you go into the Easter website and you download the recipe on the Grizzly Pass with this version of VMware and everything, you know it's going to run completely warranty and supported by Intel, and you know that you've got a product that's validated not only by Intel but by the software supplier. So, as I mentioned, here's the roadmap. I mean, I don't remember exactly how many ports that we had in our previous generation, but it wasn't a lot. And you can see now we have more than we can barely fit on a slide. So we have everything, halfway ports for HPC computing, and I'm going to go into these, so I'm not going to torture you by going into them. 4-socket boards, as I mentioned, 2-socket boards, workstation boards. We have a really cool workstation board I'm going to show you in a little bit. And single socket for both E3 and E5, and Intel modular servers I mentioned. That product is still supported, it's still going to be out there. The chassis has been revamped to support Bromley, so you can, like I said, add